Hello there, this is Ron Wills coming back at you with yet another car video. Cut, ripped, jacked, and swole. Yeah, because I was thinking about that because one thing I'm seeing with some people when they talking about the body game. Hold on a second. Yeah, when they talking about the body game, is that they think it's just one way, They think it's one way. And even though I talk a lot about lifting and everything and hitting the gym, you don't necessarily have to be super muscular. Body game, and I've said this numerous times, it's just being in the best shape for your frame. And the reality is there's three general body frames for humans, for men in particular: ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph. And recently I discovered some people are starting to say, people are combinations. So there's four other combinations within there. Somebody can be ecto, meso, and, somebody could be meso, endo, And y'all can look them up. I don't want to get too deep. That's another conversation. But the reality is two different people can hit the gym and one becomes like swole from what they do and the other one becomes cut. And it really depends. It really depends on the body. But, it really depends. And I'll get into that in a second. Real quick though. Oh man, I did today was chest day. Today was chest day for me. And interestingly enough, this is the first day in about a month I've been able to actually do a standard bench press. Because usually when I get here, I ain't been getting here kind of early and it's like real crowded. And it could be weird working in with people sometimes. Really weird. I don't see that same type of gym etiquette I used to. People would just work in. I don't see it as much. I was like, So, and plus, if you lift in different weights and you working somebody in, that actually makes things harder. So I saw people, they want to bench press, and I was just like, okay, let me do some other stuff. Because bench press is just one out of 8 to 10 routines I do whenever I do bench press anyway. So I hadn't bench pressed in a while. I ain't bench pressed in about a month. And got on there today, and I was like, okay, that ain't bad. Only did a few reps of 275. Got up to there because I usually do pyramid sets and stuff. Start off high like at 135 and then, come down a bit as I keep going up. And damn, that's a nice little car right there. I see you, girl. Anyway, so I did 275. I could probably get higher. Only thing is, when I get past 250, I prefer a spot. I mean, I could do 275 without a spot. But I prefer, like, to take it to a higher level. I need somebody I can trust, somebody can, like, spot me, And it was kind of empty in there. So, it is what it is. Also, too, real quick, for the chest people, I did a superset that I learned from this Alpha Showpiece last week. Now, this dude's about 6'2". That dude could jump rope, kill an athlete. He'd be killing it in there. And just be chilling. It'd be scary if he actually went hard. But he showed me a superset. It's a incline dumbbell press and then push-ups. It sounds simple at first. Because when he did it, I was like, oh, okay, let me try that. Oh, yeah, Ron was feeling something. Ron was feeling. Because the thing is, you don't rest. When you do a superset, basically you do that one set of one thing and then you jump right into the other one. That tests your endurance. I was like, yeah, feeling that one and everything. Yeah, so, I mean, that's how it's going. That's a good thing and everything. You know what I mean? That's a good thing. Yeah. Oh, real quick. Every time you get back to me, because I got my people all over the internet. They say some people were questioning, saying, oh, Rom ain't in shape. He talking body game. He ain't in shape. Let me borrow something from the esteemed grandmaster of the verbal seduction game, Alan Roger Curry. paraphrasing something he would say. Insert body shot here. Now, really, y'all. Really. Come on. That looked like my chest and shoulders are out there. My arms are 17 inches. You know? I tell you what, anybody got an issue, I'll challenge you with money too. Let's go in the gym. All right? Shit. All right? Oh, man. But anyway, ripped. Well, cut, ripped, jacked, and swole. See, they're going to be different body types, man. And see, sometimes people say they all got their pros, they all got their cons. But the thing is, that's why I say get in your best thing. Now, the first one is cut. Cut. That's basically, you got little body fat and you work out, so there's definite definition in your body. You can see the cuts, like literal cuts. Usually the best to have abs. Usually the best to have abs. And that's best for slimmer guys. That's best for slimmer guys. Like if you slim, but you know what, dude? Like body weight exercise. You don't have to lift weights or anything. That's it's like slimmer guys who might not want to lift or anything. All right, you still do some push-ups. You still do crunches, burpees, stuff like that. You know? Like that one website, that one page I've talked about before, Goku Pump. Check that out. I'll put that in link in the description box. I don't even know those brothers and stuff. I said, I don't mind promoting. Because they working out at least. And also, they good for people who question whether women respond to the body game. Check out their videos. But yeah, those are mainly for like slimmer guys. You know, you might not want to be trying to throw up you probably can't throw up 275. You don't really need to. That ain't you. You ain't doing bench presses. Shoot, you might not even feel like going to the gym. But if you do some like running and exercises, because you're not going to put on too much fat anyway. Y'all typically, slimmer dudes like that are typically hard gainers. So it's hard for them anyway. So, but you can get that cut and everything. You can get those abs a little bit. Washboard abs is actually easier for not just dudes who are cut, but dudes who are ripped as well. Now, ripped is they can put on some muscle, and I would put them like in that ecto-mesomorph range. Like they ain't quite ecto, but they ain't quite mesomorphic either. And they still slim, but they can still put on something. They can still, you know, do something, but they still not going to get like super cut, even if they lift. And them, they mainly body weight too. You're not going to put on that weight like that. I mean, you might I mean, you can definitely get some definition and everything, but typically, just as with the cut person, the chest ain't going to stand out. And that's actually the chest and upper body, arms and stuff, that's the biggest definition between them. Because if you look at cut and ripped, they typically, there's always exceptions, but typically ain't gonna have that chest popping out. And that's pretty good. Like they will have the abs. They will have the abs. And you know, maybe some veins popping and stuff. Now, the only bad part with those two is body gain ain't going to work the same for you as it will for the next two. And this is why. Because you can't walk, only with the weight, like if you got abs, okay, great. But then only time women are going to see is you got to walk around with your shirt off. So you either in a warm environment or in places where you can get away with walking with your shirt off. Typically, you can't do that most of the time. In the hood, some people will do that. They will, like, you get the hood or something, they will, like, walk around sometimes with their shirts off, and when you got the abs and everything. But typically, you can't. And you definitely ain't doing, unless you crazy, you ain't doing it during the winter. So, initially, to a woman, you're going to look slim. And that's cool if she specifically likes slim, but it ain't going to impress her. Most women like muscles. Most women go for muscles. And Like they'll give a slim dude a shot if they specifically like that. And the thing with him though, he gotta make sure his drip is on point. For those who don't understand drip, which I couldn't understand why, like I said, get outside. That means everything else is on point. So that means you gotta make sure your clothes on point, your style, something to draw them over. Then your mouthpiece is on point. Talk to them and all that. Then when you get them butt naked, they be like, oh shoot, that's like a surprise for them. And plus a lot of slim women feel, a lot of women feel like slim men got bigger Johnsons. Or at least, well, even with that Johnson thing, people don't realize a lot of men, they have about 3 inches of Johnson just inside. So if you like minimize the fat around your pelvis and stuff, you can it'll actually come out bigger or more inches shown. So, and then it'll look that way to the woman. So you got those, you got those two cut and ripped and everything. And a lot of people, a lot of dudes on that mesomorphic side, ectomorphic side will focus on that, and that's cool. Then you get the next one, jacked. That's when that chest starts to pop out more in the arms, more muscular and everything. That's when the muscles definitely show. Those are more mesomorphic guys. And mesomorphic in general means you can build muscle pretty quickly and everything. It'll show. Now, the thing with them that's interesting, and it's probably the best one out of them to be, really. It's not too many. Only real negative with that, and also with swole, which I'll get into, is if you start working out, it can look bad. You still got to work out and everything, but like a mesomorph or a jack person, they can go, they can go a few months and they'll still keep their general shape, but then, start putting a little weight on and everything. It'll become obvious at some point. But one beauty starting at the jacked level is you can still wear like layers of clothes and everything, but your frame is still standing out. Because you got the arms and you got the shoulders. Even if you got on a coat, they can pretty much look at you and say, oh, okay. They looking at how the coat hanging on you and stuff, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, But other than and that's pretty good. That way you can be that way in the winter, or especially depending on what you wear. Like in the wintertime, like you wear a nice pair of slacks and you wear a nice sweater, it's going to really show your form and everything. So that's good. That's real good. And then the final one, swole. Right? Now, swole, those are more the endomorphic and like endomorphic, mesomorphic, bigger size. But the thing about them is they're huge. They're huge. They got big old muscles. Like somebody jacked. Because I'm more in that range. Naturally. Because like my arms are like, biceps are like 17 inches, calves 17, neck 17. And, big old chest and everything. But a swole person, shit, their arms are about 20. Their arms are about 20. Their calves are about 20. They just big, look huge and shit. And the only issue with them, you can see their frame and it looks bigger and everything. Only issue with them though, somebody might, if somebody could see it and they'd be like, how big is he? They might not notice until they like take off a shirt or something. They got a short sleeve shirt. You might not realize how muscular they are, because they will tend to have a little bit of a gut, just a little bit though. But then they can throw up about, they can throw out 400 pounds like it's nothing. I remember I saw this dude on IG. He was doing an incline barbell press of 400. Incline barbell press of 400. And he was doing it like he was just chilling, like he was warming up. He was like, damn. In fact, there was this another dude, he's called The Hulk. The Hulk. I'm gonna find that. It was C.T. Fletcher, who they call Superman, and I forgot this dude's name right now. I'll probably remember. The Hulk. That dude warmed up at 405. Now that's more the swole and everything. I'm gonna share that because that video cracked me up. That dude warmed up at 405. God damn. Like, motherfucker. God damn. But that's more swole. Now, the only thing with them, though, they got to keep that weight up, because if they stop lifting, and that happens with a lot of professional bodybuilders, like those pros and stuff, they stop lifting, they can look a little bit too bulky and stuff. But that's the thing. See, the thing is with body game, and let me be clear on all that, all of those types, and I can't emphasize this enough, all of them get women. That's why I say try. Figure out what women like that. Some women going to like that cut dude. Some women going to like the rip dude. Some going to like the jack dude. Shoot, some going to like the swole dude. Even myself. Because I'm definitely not small to be cut or ripped. But like I said, in a jacked range. But even then, I met this woman. She told me straight up. She said, Rom, I'm going to feed you. I'm going to put 40 pounds on you. I'm like, what? I ain't big already. Shit. She was serious too. She was somebody who worked out. She was gonna feed me. She was gonna give me a lot of plates. She told me. She looked me dead in the eye. See, my point is though, all dudes had to do is find who liked them. Because women like different shit. And that's why I say, don't worry about trying to be something that you're not. See, some dudes, they try to be something that they're not. And they say, well, I don't look like that dude. No, okay. Build it. I mean, some shit's genetic. Like my sons, I can tell my son, my oldest son, when he really gets into lifting, he ain't really into it now. He'll be more on the rip side at best. He'll never be jacked. Well, I ain't gonna say never, but he would have to work extremely hard. And then my youngest son, he came out like he was bench pressing. If he really get in, when he gets into really lifting, I mean, I've worked him out now. But when he gets into really lifting, he'll be closer to swole when he gets big. He'll be closer to swole. Even now, people be like, damn, he's a big kid. Yeah, he'll be closer to swole. Maybe jack, but he would have to work out harder than he does to stay in that range. He'll be between jacked and swole if he works out hard. Right? And, you know, the thing is, figure out where you at. Because like I said, genetics play a part. And don't assume, one thing I got to address. If you see a guy who's big and muscular like that, stop assuming it's steroids. Now, well, for some, yes, it is steroids, but not all. Not all. Like I said, when my Sam came out, he looked like he'd been bench pressing. And he was solid. People were saying, damn, like, what the fuck was he doing in the room? Shit. And that's in my family anyway. We tend to be more in that like solid range anyway. So it's you know, it's just natural. But then somebody else, more natural, they on the slimmer side. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, some women like that. See, that's why I say ultimately get what's best for you. For you. Don't worry about the other shit. Alright? Don't worry about the other shit. You know, don't worry about the next man. Because women, trust me. I know. You remember I told you that story? I told that story a couple times. I'll end with this. Just to give you an idea. Remember I told you that story about that one guy who was at a vending event and this woman called out to him and said, hey, I want to take you home. That dude was swole. He was swole. He wasn't cut. He wasn't ripped. You couldn't even say he was jacked. He was swole. He was straight swole. And the woman came on to him. And he got a number. He didn't even say, all he said to her was, put your number in my phone. He didn't even ask her name. And that particular dude, I knew from another source he had women lined up. So all it is get in your best shape for your frame and everything, and then find which women are feeling it. Because once you find which group of women are feeling it, then all you can do is just focus your energy on that. And then every other time, just go about your business. So you ain't wasting time with a bunch of women who ain't feeling you. And because once a woman feels you, once you turned on, she's automatically receptive. All right. So anyway, y'all, that's all I got for now. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.